Hey everyone, I hope you had an absolutely amazing weekend. I'm really pumped to talk to you guys this week about surrounding yourself with the right squad. The right group of people, the right clique, that perfect circle of friends. Last week we talked about managing your time. What do you want to make time for? And now we're going to talk about who you want to make time for and kind of how to prioritize those people and the events that you'll be planning with those people. I'll be the first to tell you that this isn't easy, especially the older you get. The older you get, I feel like the more important events come up, like weddings, baby showers, family parties, graduations, high school reunions, barbecues, bachelorettes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And you feel like you have to go to everything and you need to be there for everyone, or you might overbook yourself. And it's truly just impossible to attend everything you're invited to. And believe me, I've tried it before. I've tried to book my calendar completely back to back, and it just doesn't work. What I learned a long time ago was that saying no is better than stressing myself out and saying yes to anything and everything I'm invited to. So, firstly, I schedule in my four musties, my four non-negotiables. So I chatted about this the first week of Girl Talk, and kind of the basis of the way I kind of live my life is based on these four things. Like, what do I need to do me? How do I get those things done? What are my non-negotiables? And then I could schedule the rest of my life. So then I schedule my work secondly, then I schedule my rest, and then from there, I plan the rest of my time and make time for my friends. And if there aren't enough hours in the day to attend all the events that I want to attend, then I can't make it happen. Simple as that. I have to say no. So this is something I guess I learned at quite a young age. My parents truly taught me how to make commitments, stick to them. And, I wasn't allowed to do anything if I already had made a prior commitment. So I remember hating my parents because I was a track and field athlete, and our big track and field championships was on the same exact day as prom. And, of course, I wanted to spend all day getting glammed up to go to prom, and my parents are like, no, you made a commitment. Your commitment is to your team. And then secondly, you can go, after you're done with your race, you can go get ready for prom. And I guess at the time, I didn't think it was such a great lesson to be learned because I wanted to spend time with my friends. But now I truly have learned the importance of kind of making those commitments and then being present while I'm there. So back to the track, when I was at a soccer game or at a track meet, I was present in the moment. I was there for my team. I wasn't focused on prom. And then I moved and I went to prom. So I'm going to relate that back to you and your life and me and my life nowadays. You don't commit to something or say you're going to be somewhere that you can't be, right? Like, there are only 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours in a day. You have 24 hours in the day. Oprah has 24 hours in the day. Barack Obama has 24 hours in a day. Your boss at work. We all have the same amount of time in a day. So what are you going to schedule? And your friends are going to take up a big chunk of that time. Hopefully you have a group of friends that you enjoy spending time with. So nowadays, if I can't be somewhere, I just tell them I can't be there. I tell them, I have prior commitments, or I just tell someone, hey, there's a good chance I can make it, but I don't fully want to commit because I do have something else that's kind of pending. So is it all right if I let you know the day before? And always my friends will say, yes, of course, you can definitely let me know the day before. But if I never communicate that with them and I don't show up, they're going to be like, wow, she stood me up. She totally didn't show up. So, sometimes I explain why to my friends. Sometimes I expect my friends to kind of understand why I can't be somewhere. So don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. I double book every once in a while and I'll have to apologize. But my point to all of this is building those good habits. And over time, those conflicts on your calendar will come up less and less and less. And you'll become better at scheduling that time. So, the commitments I make, I show up on time, and I'm present. I'm in that present moment. I'm not worried about the next thing I have to be at, where I have to go next. I make a commitment. I say I'm going to be at your birthday party. I go to that birthday party. I show up on time. I ask if I could help out. I ask if there's anything I could do. And I fully am present for my friends. And so a little bit back to the squad, though. So first of all, it's about time management. We talked about, your musties. Then we talked about time management. And now we're talking about managing your musties and your time and your friends, right? So a little bit on who I make time for and the people I want to be around. I kind of sat down and was like, all right, like so many times I've been disappointed by friends or feel stood up by friends. And it's because I set myself to a high standard. I set myself to make commitments and follow through with them and show up on time and be there. But not everyone's like that, right? So the people I make time for, one, they respect me, my time, and my goals. They have to know what I'm doing here, right? Like they have to be respectful of my goals and my life and how I schedule my time. Two, they respect they're positive, and they're not just takers, but they're givers. So they don't only expect me to show up to all their things and never show up to any of my important events. They're givers and they're takers. They're there when I need them, and I'm there when they need me. Three, he or she isn't a convenience friend. These people that are in my squad, you have a big group of friends, but your true squad are people who they're not just there when it's convenient for them. They're there for you when they're busy, but something crazy happened, your car got broken into, and you need help right then and there. Your friend is going to drop whatever they have. This is the type of person you want in your life. So you don't want just a convenient friend. You want a ride or die friend. Four, they have a sense of independence. The older I get, the more I realize, I am busy. We all are busy. We all have jobs. We all have commitments. We all have family problems, or maybe you're dating someone, or you just have a lot going on in your life. You need someone who doesn't rely on you, and they're independent, and you both make each other better, rather than, feeling leached onto. So yeah, definitely you got to be independent. 5, this guy or girl that you're friends with is down to have a good laugh. I can't tell you how important that is, because me for one, I could be super serious, but at the same time, when I'm not at work, I need to just laugh. And one of my best friends, Lindsay, every time we hang out, we just laugh about anything and everything. We could laugh about, the silliest thing is something we heard, or an Instagram post or something super silly, or we could just laugh at ourselves and the situations we put ourselves in, or dating and really bad dates, things like that. It's just super fun. So you need that in a friend. You need to laugh. And 6, the last thing I kind of put down on my list of what I need in my group of close friends is you could do anything together and have a good time. You could sit in traffic on the 101 and just be sitting for hours, but you're blasting music and dancing and singing, and you could have a good time. That's what you need in your core group of friends. You need all those things. And I want you to take a second. I know I always ask people to do this, but give yourself a minute and grab a notepad and start writing down, what do you actually need in your core group of friends? And my mom always told me this when I was young. I used to pride myself on having so many friends and being friends with everyone. And my mom would always tell me, Thea, out of all the women that were in my weddings, my mom's only been married once. Out of all the women that were bridesmaids in my wedding, I only talked to 2 of them. And I was just no, that's not going to be me. I have so many friends. But the older I get, I realize, I have a good amount of friends, but how many give you just as much positivity and excitement and laughs and joy that you give them? you could kind of boil it down to like a pretty small number, like that person that's going to be there and drop everything for you when you need them. Think about that. Think about what you need and think about who those people are. And not only like remind yourself of who they are, but tell them how important they are to you, because that's super important. These people are the people I want to be with in my free time. These are the people I want to manage and put in my calendar. I choose these positive and encouraging people, and I really choose them wisely. Life is just way, way, way too short to hang out with a crew that you don't love. And I actually recently met a few people who I thought were super awesome and I enjoyed, and I went to a concert with them and we had a great time. And I realized over, a month or two of hanging out with them that like they weren't lifting me up. They were kind of bringing me down. They were making me feel insecure. They were pretty catty. They had a lot of drama. And I was like, oh, let me cut this out early. Like, I don't need to not be friends with them. I'm just not going to allot them the amount of time that I was giving them. So think about it right now. Like, does your squad support and lift you up? If they don't, it doesn't mean that you have to drop them completely. You just need to, as I said earlier, just allot yourself a smaller amount of time to hang out with them and just see how things go. I heard this before and I want to repeat it just for you. I don't know if I saw it on a YouTube, like TED Talk, or if I read it in a book, or if it was a quote, but what I heard is, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with most. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with most. Who are the 5 people that you hang out with most? Are they smart? Are they creative, inspiring? Are they bright? Or are they gossip queens, extreme dieters, unhealthy, negative people? Who are those 5 people that you surround yourself with? Because you are going to start acting a little bit like your good friends, even their sense of humor. You pick up on little things. So if you're surrounding yourself with positive, inspiring, amazing people, you will be inspiring, amazing, and work towards a better you. If you're surrounding yourself with people who just gossip all the time and just like are negative and just party and get crazy, like most likely that's going to be your outlook on life. So back to the basics, choose your squad, like pick them. I know it's silly to say your squad, but like you need that group of people who are going to support you, inspire you, be happy for you, and just do anything for you, because you want to be able to do that for other people. So choose them right. Life is too short to waste time on people who don't make your life better. Thank you so much for listening. I had a really good time with this podcast, and please comment below and let me know if you liked it. And also, I would love to hear your feedback and suggestions for next week's topic. All right, have a good night.